Hello and welcome to the stock market analysis. What is Nvidia doing? Well, yesterday it met the rising 50 MA and it formed kind of doji pattern. Now, 50 MA can be a very good support area, and that's why in the past I've been telling you to look at this support area. This support area is very important. This will be the line in the sand, and we have the doji here while at the 50 MA. That tells us that the market participants are undecided. Doji means undecided. They don't know whether to buy or whether to sell. But this will be a very important area. If the 50 MA and this support area does not hold, we can see the stock actually falling down to this area right here in the future. Now, the stock has actually gained quite a lot ever since this ascending triangle breakout. If you are playing this stock using the daily chart, the continuation pattern, this will be the best areas to buy as it breaks out of the ascending triangle continuation pattern. The 20 MA is rising, the 50 MA is rising. This is the breakout setup where you put the stop loss here and ride it all the way higher. This would have given a very good risk to reward ratio trade. And we always use the MAs as a trend following guide. Simple but very effective. If the MAs are rising, for example, this 20 MA is rising, that means it's short-term bullish. But as you can see, it is now below the 20 MA. If it's 50 MA is rising, we deem it mid-term bullish. And right now, Nvidia is sitting at the 50 MA from a doji yesterday. And if the 200 MA is rising, which the stock has been staying above the 200 MA for quite a long time, we want to be long-term bullish. You can see where it went above the 200 MA, this yellow line. From here to here, it has gone up by quite a lot. Okay, from here all the way up to the highs here, it has gone, let me just remove again and draw again. Price range, okay, from here all the way up to here, it's about 487%. Almost 500% in 2003 to 2004, like very impressive return. So by looking at this rising 200 MA long term, we should continue to be bullish on the stock. Now we just don't know whether in the mid-term or short-term whether there's going to be a decline or not. So which is very important for you to continue to watch this area. Now let me just go into the 5-minute chart construction for you to see. For the past few trading days, we have been below the 200 MA. That means your focus should be on shorts rather than longs. This is a filter that I use. If you're a day trader, you can long and short the stock most of the time because you're just going in and out very fast. But when it broke this uptrend line, you can see how it cascaded and fall. And there's a bearish cross here below the 200 MA. Even on the 17th, there is a waterfall kind of fall. Even it rise, it hit the 200 MA resistance and went down. And yesterday's price action, this is a trend line, right? If it cannot stay above this trend line, this is something like a 5-minute reverse cup handle pattern. If it breaks below this trend line, it may fall again. So despite the doji pattern in the daily chart, the 5-minute chart shows that, well, we want to see this trend line hold. If it does not hold, we can see more selling in the today's session, next trading session. Now let's take a look at the 60-minute chart. This would be the support area, right? There's a little gap up here, and every time the stock drops to this area, here, and even right here, we can see the stock trying to bounce out a bit. So it's a very important support area. It's trying to hold, it's trying to stay above the support, and Nvidia is staying very strong compared to other stocks. Now let me just show you AMD, for example. AMD has been this is a 60-minute chart ever since the topping tail and bearish cross. It has been going all the way down. Just look at this. This is a daily chart of AMD, topping tail all the way down. But if you compare it to Nvidia, it's still staying within this top trading range. I call it the trading range, right? Going up and down like this at the 50 MA. Now, what I would like to really see is for the stock to break above this downtrend line. If it does not break above this downtrend line, then I don't think the rally back up will be sustainable. It might just go up and just sell off here. So we might have a double bottom in the 60-minute chart, but I really want to see it go back above the downtrend line. Currently, it's still below the 20 MA, 50 MA, and 200 MA, and usually this is a bearish thing. I would really like for it to go back above the 20 MA, 50 MA, and most of all this downtrend line. Otherwise, the rise won't be sustainable, and we might just break below this support area. Now, the other thing I want you to look at is semiconductor sector, which is what Nvidia is part of. You can see that it has traded sideways, but eventually you can see that it broke below this consolidation, right? Just sell off below the 20 MA and 50 MA right now. So if the semi sector, this is the next area of support area. This is support area. If this support does not hold and it continues to sell off, it will probably drag Nvidia down with it. And first of all, let's also take a look at the seasonality of Nvidia. For the past 4 years, 2020 to 2024, April hasn't finished yet, so the data is 2020 to 2023. You can see it has closed higher than it opened, only 40% of the time, and the average return is negative 3.0 in April. And if Nvidia, let's go to Nvidia, breaks below here, we can see why the seasonality is not very good for Nvidia here. Now, if we take a look at SMH, which is the ETF for semiconductors as well, the seasonality from 2020 to 2023, it has only closed higher than it opened 20% of the time, with an average loss of 2.8. But May, June, July is good for semi-sectors. It's also good for Nvidia as well. So I would, in line with this knowledge, you might want to be a bit more careful when you think of long Nvidia. We just have about, I think, 2 more weeks to go. Less than 2 weeks of trading to go. So if it holds, it trades sideways, you might want to wait for a breakout. Otherwise, because of the bearish seasonality, it might sell off to here or maybe here. But weekly chart, we can see that even if it corrects a bit and meet the rising 20 MA in the weekly chart, we might have a nice continuation pattern, which will bring us north of 1,000 later in May, June, or July onwards. So what is it I want to show you? Okay, let's look at the SPY MACD, MACD indicators for Nvidia. Currently, you can see that maybe it's trying to make a double bottom here, and we might have a nice, maybe a bullish divergence. Can't seem to draw. Okay. maybe, just maybe, okay, so it might just bounce back up. But if you look at the weekly charts, the MACD is not very good, as there might be a bearish cross here soon, and this may damage the stock. Sometimes you have conflicting signals between multiple time frames. But if you look at the overall trend, overall seasonality and stuff, right, we might be in a period of long-term strength but short-term weaknesses. So you have to be a judge of how you want to play it. Do you want it to be a high probability when you trade it, or if you are 50-50, then you take a trade? For me, I would advise you to only play the stock when there is a very high probability event. So I hope this analysis is helpful. I try to do Nvidia every 2 days, right? Because I do cover other stocks as well. So hope this is helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.